Hello, this is Zeno, coming to bring you a breakdown of the Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer reveal. We have a lot to cover in this trailer, so why don't we go even further in depth on what we expect to see in Call of Duty Ghosts. First, we see that Riley has made it in the multiplayer. He'll probably be a support point streak or something. We finally get to see the sliding technique in third person, so we all know what to expect now. Let's hope that pistol isn't really a one-hit kill. Next, we get a quick glimpse at some customizable soldiers. More on that later. Directly after that, it seems like we might be able to determine the grenade distance thrown. This will probably be holding down the throw button trigger. This little icon here is a big clue on that. Or it could be a countdown for that specific tactical grenade. Then we get to see how the leaning can give you an advantage. Now here's where we'll pause for a second. From this picture alone, we can clearly tell that the Juggernaut is a 14-point streak, and the mini-map is now wider so you can see more of the map at once. Also, your score can be seen in the top right corner as well as the kill feed. Yeah, noob tubes still exist in this one. From this still image, we can now see that when snipers ADS, they get more of a peripheral vision effect instead of the black screen around the scope. Back to customization, we see that ghillie suits return, and we might get an emblem in this game as well. Also, instead of classes, you create a squad, each with their own levels and prestiges. There is also an array of different weapons, but we'll see to that in a minute. Here's where the dynamic maps come into play, where you see the soldier blow down a steel crate and uses his own C4 to blow out this half of the building, which he knows where a soldier is. Right here we see one of the many new game modes, which this one is called Search and Rescue, which is very similar to Search and Destroy, except that you recover your dog tags to keep your teammates in the action, and you send the enemies to the bench when you collect theirs. Changes to the game now give your players momentum when scaling objects so they can stay in the fray. We freeze this frame for a second to point out that the heli sniper is a 13-point streak. Now we're getting to the new arsenal in Call of Duty Ghosts, where we can see plenty of attachments from extended mags to where a new select fire from 1 round single fire or a 3-round burst comes into play. The one on the most right probably looks like FMJ, and then we continue on with foregrip, grenade launcher, a new attachment that I don't know what it is, maybe a long barrel, and then we got our 3 sight reticles from ACOG, Red Dot sight, and the EOTech sight. When we freeze this image here, we see that there is a 9-bang grenade and the MTS-255 double action 5-round revolving cylinder shotgun. Moving on, we get a sneak peek at the assault rifles, one that is called the SA-805, and then we move on to the CZ Bren, the famous Honey Badger, the SC-2010, the AK-12, the MSBS, the A5AGR, the ARX-160, and the FAD from Modern Warfare 3. We almost let this quick image slip by, but I managed to take a good screenshot at it. It looks like we have that shotgun I mentioned earlier, the MK32, which is a 6 revolving grenade launcher, and this weird, I think it's also a grenade launcher called the Malb. If we freeze right here real fast, we see that that object he destroyed is called the Night Owl. It hides really well along that blast wave, but I managed to find that while looking at the trailer. I don't know what it does yet, but I'm guessing it acts like a trophy system or something. Here's where everyone's spilling information about where this is probably another Moab or a nuke This point string looks very similar to the Dragonfire, but I believe it fires small mortars instead of a small mounted machine gun. Another new game mode they reveal is called Cranked, where when you get your first kill, you get cranked and you are able to move faster and reload faster, but you have to kill someone else within 30 seconds or your soldier will self-destruct. Right here is where they show more of the dynamic mapping, where these two players, I think there's two, gets hit by rockets on the bus and the bus falls off the cliff. Right here we see this weird, strange device that explodes on impact, but I don't know exactly what it is or what it does. It seems like the Juggernaut package comes in a different box. Here we have a new weapon class called Marksman Rifles, where they're kind of in between assault rifles and sniper rifles, and most of them are usually single fire with high damage. They don't name the guns, but they look pretty neat. We have this great new knife animation that gives a lot of dramatic effect into killing a player. Here they show us one more time on how the dynamic maps can really affect gameplay in general, as this person destroys this gas station and crumbles two soldiers. We also see now that female characters are able to be customized into the game now. Well, that's all the information I could get from this trailer. If you guys enjoyed this video, I hope you like it, and I'll see you again if you subscribe.